Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Taechichu and I don't know what I'm doing. I will never know what I'm doing, and that's what I'm using as an intro. If everything seems shaky, it's because it is. I have the jankiest setup I have ever created because I am using a camera instead of my cellular device, which is interesting. I want to do better edits, so that's why I'm doing this. But I have yet to buy a camera stand, a mount, and I'm forgetting the tripod. I do this as an actual job, like record stuff. So if I'm a little shaky, that's why. But I wanted to do better editing on an actual software and not my phone. And the way it's a complicated thing. I can't really explain it. But I want to talk about a new series that I'm doing called, I'm going to still do plush shop openings and stuff like that, but I want to do a monthly series where I talk about all the anime that I have watched within the month. So, I want to give ratings, kind of like an in-depth little thing, and then just chat, just have a good time, relax, sit back. We're here to have a good time. So, one of the first animes that I did in fact finish this month, well, I'm going to say I finished season 1 or the first arc. The first one we're going to talk about is Hunter x Hunter. I have put off watching this anime for a really long time. I think because I didn't like the art style like a while ago, but now, I really enjoy it. And I'm seeing also, like, when I was looking into things, it's one of my best friend's favorite anime. But I was looking into characters people don't like from it. And for some reason, some people don't like Gon. Which boggles my mind because Gon is just like that happy-go-lucky kid that I love. So I don't know what's really going on there. But apparently people are not the biggest fan of Gon. I really love Killua. I pronounced it wrong, I know. I'm going to be pronouncing a lot of names wrong. So, I'm not sorry. But I really like both those characters. I like Leorio. Kilopika's like, what's her name? Is it Kilopika? Kurapika. Kurapika's fine. But I finished the first arc. It's technically not seasons, it's arcs. But I did finish the first arc, and I'm gonna give that bad boy an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy it. More than I thought I was going to. So, yeah. And I really liked it. I'm sad I didn't get into it before, but I'm happy. We got a long way to go through. It's kind of like my filler anime going in between different ones. So, yeah, a big 8.5 out of 10. The next one I want to discuss is one of the first animes I watched was Kaiju number 8. I have been reading Kaiju number 8, so I'm pretty caught up with the manga. It's, I believe, only 11 volumes right now. But I read it before I watched it, but I knew a lot of people liked it, and I wanted to see the animation and see what they would do with it. So I watched it, and I really like Kaiju number 8. I think it's fun. I think it's funky fresh. I like the the moments of, humor in it. And it's also cool with, like, the battle style and with what happens. And so I'm excited to see what they're going to do for the animation for the next season. And I know it's really good. And I know it was, like, one of the top anime of the season when it came out. At least I think so. But I love Kafka. He's my favorite character. And I'm also really enjoying Reno. Is that his name? Reno? The guy who has the vampire teeth, which I just want to say that threw me for a loop as someone who read the manga first, because he doesn't have fangs as much in the manga as he does in the anime. So I was like, is it all of a sudden a vampire? Like, what's happening? But I guess it was just an artistic choice that the anime took. So, but I'm gonna give Kaiju number 8 an 8 out of 10. I liked Hunter x Hunter more, so I'm giving that an 8.5. But I did like Kaiju number 8. I'm excited to see. It's a good book. It's a good anime. I'm excited. The next one that I watched. Listen. Black Butler was my first ever anime. And I love Black Butler so much. So before I watched the most recent season, I basically watched season 3, the movie, and then I watched the public school arc. So I'm just gonna rate the public school arc. I really liked season 3 and the movie. I think that they're really good, but I've already seen them. It was just a rewatch that I was doing. But I'm just going to rate the public school arc, which was... The thing is, right, it was okay. Usually a Black Butler season really just kind of gets me in, and then I have to keep watching. Like, that's what I like with an anime, is that if you can get me to keep watching, you're a good anime. But with the first couple of episodes, I wasn't really sucked in. I did eventually get sucked in, but I feel like it took too long, and the fact that it was only 11 episodes was too short. I wanted to see it kind of out more, if that makes sense. So I did enjoy it because I do like Black Butler, and I liked where it went and all that. But sorry, Karibo's in the background. But it took me a little longer to get sucked in than I usually do, so I'm gonna give that bad boy a 7 out of 10. I love Sebastian. He was my first ever favorite anime man. He's still on my list. I love the relationship between him and CL. Like I said, Black Butler will always have a spot in my heart because it's so good. And I love it. Oh my god. One of the top ones. This is not on Crunchyroll. I forgot what I think it's on High Dive or one of those. I pay for High Dive now. Oh. I attended an all guys mixer. Let me tell you. Such a big fan. So High Dive Mixer. Oh my god. The anime, in case you don't know, is about this group of guys. A mixer is like a big date. So you got 3 guys, 3 girls. But the girls are dressed up as guys because they're drag kings at a bar or at a cafe. And so the guys they're dating these drag kings, and they're like questioning like everything they've ever done, and like it's so cute. It's so stinking cute. Oh, I can't get over it. It's like, I am a really big fan of Ouran High School Host Club, so like this kind of reminded me of that in a way, because of Haruhi. But it was it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I will in fact be rewatching it again. That's why I'm ranking it so high, because it was so good. It is so good. It was 12 episodes. I want a season 2 so bad that I could cry. But it's a romance, classic romance. Kaiju number 8's action. Black Butler is kind of like thriller mystery, / horror, I guess. And, so yeah. I love that anime. I think it's so good. I love how handsome they made the women. As someone who really likes to be androgynous myself, I really liked it, and it made me feel good inside. So it's a 9 out of 10 for me. I will, in fact, be rewatching it. So, very, very good. So, another anime that I read, I didn't finish the manga, though, because I don't know why. I guess I read through all the volumes I had, and then and I really liked it. It's Vampire Dormitory. I love vampires. I love a good vampire anime, / manga. So, Vampire Dormitory, it's cheesy. Don't get me wrong. It's very cheesy. So if you don't like cheesy romance animes, it might not be for you. I really liked the manga, so I thought it was good. Also, if I'm not explaining this well, I'll probably get better as I move on. But I just kind of wanted a nice chill moment where I talk about the end. Regardless. Basically, it's about this person who has lived a really awful life because both of their parents died. They accidentally fall, and they're saved by a vampire. And the vampire basically takes them on as like a blood-sucking bag. And there's this whole thing with like vampire royalty. But the relationship between them is just, it's so sweet, and I loved how cheesy it was. There is another character that they're like fighting over them. I mean her. She's dressed as a guy though, but nobody knows that she's a guy until later on, or that he's a girl until later on, and she just dressed as a guy because it was easier for her. But so characters. There's another guy who's fighting over her. He's fine. But, like, there's a lot of drama in it, and you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And, you know, and then that's why you keep watching. But that anime, I am going to give a 7.5 out of 10. It sucked me in immediately. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The thing that's wrong with it is, there are certain characters I feel like were not fleshed out enough. And, yeah. But I really want to see a season 2. I think it'll be super interesting. And, yeah. So, at least that's my opinion. So, 7.5 out of 10. And the last anime that I have finished, for January is, Raven of the Inner Palace. Now, Raven of the Inner Palace I found it interesting because I really like Apothecary Diaries. I haven't watched the most recent season yet. I'm waiting for it all to come out to binge. So, Apothecary Diaries I really enjoyed, and Raven of the Inner Palace is essentially very similar. There are consorts, and there is royalty and emperor, and etc., etc., etc. But this is about a consort. So it's about one of the, like, people that the emperor visits. But it's not, like, a regular one. It's someone who has supernatural powers. And they help with all the supernatural stuff that goes on within the Inner Palace. And it's interesting because there's so many different layers that go into it. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It is not as, in my opinion, it is not as good as Apothecary Diaries. But it is still very good. And I still want to watch it. Apothecary Diaries, I feel like, has nice, brighter colors. But the art style of this one is also super, super good. So it's basically romance, mystery. But it's really good. So it's an 8 out of 10 for me. I really like it. I think it's wonderful and very cute. While also giving, like, it's not all about romance, you know what I mean? Like, it gives that mystery element, which is kind of like what Apothecary Diaries does as well. So that's why I like it. So yeah. So yeah, that's all I've watched for January. I've been increasing my anime intake by a lot. I also will be doing more plush shop openings, but not right this second. But I do really like I want to get back into my weeb. I want to cosplay. I want to do all that. So stay tuned. Also, what else was I going to say? Current anime that I'm watching right now is Yona of the Dawn, which came out in 2013, but apparently I thought it was more recent for whatever reason. But I'm currently going through that. I will, in fact, be watching a bunch of anime that's currently coming out, such as Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Sakamoto Days. I will be watching those. Solo Leveling Season 2. I need to let them come out first. And then I will binge. Because I'm a binge. I love a good binge. I can't just every episode. I did it with Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, I can't stand the cliffhangers. Which I know sometimes I do at the end of seasons and just in anime in general. But I'm just going to wait for those animes to come out. But leave your recommendations down below for more anime. They're always welcome. And, yeah. So, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited for this new series. More videos to come soon, but these will be monthly Weebcap, if you will. Weebcap? Let me know what name I should come up with this. Should it be, like, monthly Weeb wrap-up, Weeb Weebcap or Weebcap, let me know. But I gotta sneeze. I've been very sick, so I'm trying not to be sick anymore. So hopefully that will make me more productive. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.